So Hitachi Data Connector is also part of this talk. So when Pentaho is some kind of the multi-tool for data management, the Hitachi Data Connector is probably the Swiss Army knife for working with SAP, overcoming all the challenges, or most of the challenges I have mentioned before. Though this is a connectivity package for Pentaho, which allows us to connect to many SAP systems. So we can easily connect to SAP ECC, HANA, BW, and SAP Cloud Platform. And this enables us to bring SAP data easily to Pentaho. And then we can use all the magic in Pentaho to prepare the data, to enrich it, to cleanse it, to use things like metadata injection. So very, very powerful. I will not go into all the details during this presentation. Then we have a lot of features that are there that makes the life of a data engineer easier. So you don't need this full SAP knowledge. Yeah? Some of the things are automated. For example, something like data type mapping. Yeah? So usually when you extract data from an SAP system, you need to take care about the data types. This is something that we can do automatically. Yeah, and we can also query complex and nested SAP structures from Pentaho. So many things that will ease your life. And we can not only read the data from SAP, we can also write back. And this again enables many use cases. So we can take care about the data integration of SAP data. So integration in the SAP world. So only SAP ERP is sufficient here to have data integration challenges, to bring data together, or the need for bringing data together, because SAP ERP is so huge. Then, as mentioned before, we can easily blend SAP and non-SAP data, and we can also offload data from SAP to big data stores or to cloud systems. And this is where we have some special features to do some high performance offloads with Pentaho and the Hitachi Data Connector for SAP. So why is this Hitachi Data Connector important? Yeah, it simplifies the access to SAP sources. So having this data engineer in mind that is not too familiar with SAP, it will make things a lot easier and remove all these roadblocks, bringing SAP together with all the other data sources. And so it will accelerate your development processes, your time to market for SAP data-based analytics by minimizing the efforts for the data engineer. And so again, you can unlock significant investments in your SAP data and have some future-proof analytic investment across your full enterprise. So this really creates a lot of value. And yeah, all those data blending, data integration aspects are crucial for SAP users, like we have heard in the beginning of this presentation. So how does this look like? I have a short demo prepared, a short demo video to give you at least an impression how such a process could look like. So if you have not seen Pentaho before, I'll start the video. So this is one of those data pipelines. And this data pipeline is developed using Pentaho data integration. So you see graphical user interface. You can fast develop those data pipelines and bring them to production. And in this example use case, we query data from SAP in different ways. And we combine this data with geodata to do a really easy analysis at the end of the presentation. So first of all, we are querying SAP using a plugin called the SAP ERP table input. That's a really easy to use tool. You just type in the name of your table. Well, here's the KNA1, customer information, And yeah, then you can do some filterings, some parameter settings to query the data from SAP. And in this case, yeah, we would like to retrieve the customer number, because yeah, we will use this information in the following data process. Yeah, here we have the server mode. This is something that enables, large offloads of large amounts of data. So yeah, you can do the preview. You see the customer numbers create from SAP. In the second step or example, we will use the RFC executor. This is a little bit more technical step. You need a little bit more SAP knowledge, but it's really, really flexible. So this is the real Swiss Army knife working with SAP systems, because in this example, we are using the RFC layer in a flexible way. So this allows us to have a lot of interaction with SAP systems. So again, we do some configuration in the step and do a preview. And then the data, the customer detail data is in the data pipeline. Yeah, now we can do some joins and some preparation of the data. Yeah, as you can see, you can always have a preview during the development process. This is really, really helpful for the developer to see what's happening. So in this point, we are blending the geodata. At this example, this is a CSV file, but we can also connect to geospatial platforms like Esri ArcGIS, for example. And yeah, we add this geodata to the data stream. And again, we query SAP. We add some sales data from SAP. And yeah, you can see the full data set in the preview at the bottom of the screen. So everything is prepared and we can do a first analysis on this data. So this is something that Pentaho Data Integration is also offering. So we have a map, we can see the world, and now we can do a drill down to Germany and see how sales figures or how sales is distributed in Germany. From my point of view, this is super helpful. So firstly, if you are developing the data pipeline, and secondly, if you are working with your colleagues from the business, and you would like to have, the first view in the data, and dashboards and analytics is sometimes a little bit, abstract and not really specific, and you need to discuss it with line of business to find the right scope of the project. And from my point of view, this is really helpful to support those processes. So, and 1 second. So as you've seen, there are many advantages you can leverage. Like the ease of use to analyze the SAP data. Like we've just seen in the short demo video, we can seamless and easy integrate SAP ERP BW data and of course HANA data, and using Pentaho in combination with the Hitachi Data Connector, all the manual tasks and activities are automated. So you have a reduction of those manual tasks. So when you compare this, I don't know, for example, with Excel, you will easily see that using a proper data integration platform is a really enterprise solution, while Excel is just a workaround. And having the server mode in place, we can also offload the data to Hadoop systems or cloud platforms, and leverage all the benefits that those components in the data architecture bring to the table.